Should I hypnotize you back to that little boy that wanted the sugar so badly so we can change it?
Yes.
Would you like that?
Yes.
Should we do it now?
Let's do it now.
Okay. Being hypnotized is really easy. I'll show you what you do.
Okay.
It's about the eye. So if you look at me, you're going to look up like that, keep your eyeballs up, close the lids down, and then you're going to hypnosis. So let's rehearse it first. Open your eyes, Stephen. Imagine you're trying to look into your very own eyebrows. Roll up your eyeballs, keep them up, and at the same time close the lids down. So you've gone into REM straight away. I knew you would because you're a suggestible person. So open your eyes. If you can do that, you're going to go into hypnosis easily. But I should tell you something. Creative people are extraordinarily suggestible. That's how they're creative. That's how you wrote a book. You think, I'm going to write a book, and I've written a second book, because you can see it. But that's a bit of a two-edged sword. When you give yourself great suggestions as a creative person, you can create stuff. But when you give yourself negative suggestions, it's not very good or not good enough. So you're highly suggestible. I'm going to show you. So let's do it again. Just look up as high as you can. Keep your eyeballs up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take another deep breath, keeping your eyeballs up. Every time you blink, deep, powerful hypnosis is coming upon you. Breathe out. And just one more time, keep your eyeballs up. And this time, the more you blink, the deeper you're going to hypnosis. As you exhale, keep your eyeballs up, close your eyelids down. Forget all about the position of your eyeballs. Drop your chin as if you're looking down 10 steps. You're looking down 10 steps. You're moving on to step 10. As each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You're taking step 9 and 8. You can see your feet, hear your feet, feel your feet treading each step as you go deeper. You're taking step 7 and 6. You're going deeper, Stephen, with every sound you hear. You're taking step 5. The sound of your heartbeat, the sound of your breathing is taking you deeper into powerful healing hypnosis. You're taking step 4 and 3 as you gently, calmly, easily go deeper. You're taking step 2. You're taking step 1. Just go deeper, deeper, deeper. I'm going to show you. You're going to show me that you are powerfully able to accept a suggestion and make it real. I'm going to tell you, Stephen, that your eyelids are locked shut, glued shut, sealed together. Your eyelids are glued tight. Try to open your eyes, find they're locked shut. Go deeper. Try to open your eyes, find they are glued tight. Go deeper. And one more time, try to open your eyes, find they are fused together. Go deeper, deeper, deeper. Your mind, Stephen, knows exactly what chocolate and children's sweets represent to you. I'm going to count backwards from 5 to 1. Your brilliant mind's going to take you right back easily, powerfully to a scene that is all to do with why, as an adult, you keep going back to sugar. The minute you get that information, it's going to be such a game changer. And of course, you can't relive anything. It's not possible. You can only review. You can't relive being that little boy, but you can review it. And any scene you go back to, even if it's sad, you're going to look at it with fascination, with insight, with innate understanding of how those scenes then shaped you today. So let's go. On the count of 5, you are going back to a vivid, vital, crucial, powerful scene that is all to do with why you got this pull for sugar. On the count of 4, you're becoming younger. On the count of 3, you're becoming smaller, lighter, shorter. Years, months, weeks, days are peeling away from your body, going right back to a scene that is the cause, the reason, the root of this attraction to sugar as a grown-up man. Just be there. And as I click my fingers, it's rather like you've switched on your television. The screen's filling up with a scene. You're right in the middle of this scene. This scene, Stephen, where you are right now. Is it daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
Are you inside or outside?
Inside.
How old are you about in this scene? Roughly.
7, 8.
7. And I want you to describe exactly what you are doing, seeing, feeling, and experiencing. Stay in that scene. Feel what you felt. See what you saw. And as I click my fingers, your ears are going to open. You're going to hear exactly what you heard in that scene on the count of 1, 2, 3. Your ears are opening. Here it comes. So you're about 7. Describe what's happening in this scene.
I'm sat on a grass hill.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at my lunchbox.
And as you look at your lunchbox, how do you feel? As I'm sitting on a grass hill, I'm looking at my lunchbox and I feel...
Disappointed.
Because?
I have these boring sandwiches in my lunchbox.
It's very important to feel the feeling. You're doing fantastic. When you say, I'm looking at my lunchbox, I'm 7 years old and I feel so disappointed.
I'm looking at my lunchbox, I'm 7 years old and I feel so disappointed.
Tell me more about that. I want you to feel that very feeling, feel that disappointment in your body, because at 7, of course, you have no power to do anything about the contents of this lunchbox, do you?
No.
Is there anything you can do to change the lunchbox?
No. I could steal some money from somewhere to buy the things I want, or I could swap or steal some other food or something.
And do kids swap their lunch with you?
No. They sometimes give you scraps.
How does that feel when the kids give you their scraps?
Feels like they're in control.
Yeah, and you're not.
Yeah.
Because you can't say to your mum, hey, I don't like this food, can I have something better? Because you know she can't provide that. You haven't got the money to go and get more. And no kid will say, hey, I'll swap you all my chocolate and crisps for your food, will they?
Yeah.
So stay in that scene for a minute, and I want you to feel what you felt, this disappointment, but also this sense of helplessness. I'm disappointed there's nothing I can do. I don't like this food and I can't change it. Is that true?
Yeah.
How else is he feeling about this lunchbox
It's just
and
more
his life?
confirmation that he's different.
He's different, exactly. More confirmation he's different. So just put that scene to one side. It's like you've gone back and had a little video snap. It's like a DVD. Put it to one side. We're going to do this 2 more times. Again, on the count of 5, you're going back to a vivid, vital, crucial, powerful scene that is all to do with how, why, where, and when you got this pull, this urge for sugar. You're becoming younger, smaller, lighter, shorter. The same mind that gives you the pull knows exactly where, how, why you got it. It's showing you that information right now. You're becoming younger, smaller, going back to a vivid scene that is the cause, the reason, the root of this attraction to sugar. Just be there. And again, this time it's like you switched on your computer. The screen is filling up. You're right in the middle of this screen. You know exactly what you're doing, seeing, feeling, experiencing, hearing. This scene, Stephen, where you are now, is it daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
Inside or outside?
A little bit of both. Because I'm outside.
How old are you about?
12, 13, 14.
And only one question matters. You're 12 or 13. What are you doing, seeing, feeling? What are you experiencing?
I'm stood outside this corner shop and there's a takeaway next to it. And my friend called Ashley, he's always got loads of money and he's just going in there and buying whatever he wants. And I'm, again, like waiting for him to, I don't know, give me some scraps, or I'm feeling that the feeling I'm feeling is like jealousy.
Yeah, I want you to stay with that feeling. Ashley can go in and get whatever he wants from this takeaway and the shop, and you can't. So you've got to wait for Ashley to give you his leftovers or the bits he doesn't want. Is that right?
Yes.
Tell me what that feels like. I want you to feel the feeling right now. Let yourself feel that old, familiar feeling. What does it feel like?
It makes me feel inferior, I guess.
It's okay to say inferior.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling. You don't feel it today. You can say that kid felt inferior because he did. That's okay. So let's go back to one more scene. Again, put that one to one side along with a kid with a lunchbox. Let's go back to one more scene, the most vivid, vital, crucial, the most powerful scene of all. That's all to do with this pull for sugar. This pull you get some nights where you eat it and then eat it, and you don't really want to do it, but you feel as if you can't stop. So one more time, Stephen. On the count of 5, you're going back to a vivid, vital, crucial, powerful scene that is the cause, the reason, the root of how, where, why, when you got this sugar craving. You're becoming younger, smaller, lighter, shorter, drifting right back right now. Just be there. Again, it's like you've switched on a computer. Picture is filling up the screen. You're right in the middle of it, and you can answer this question so easily because you feel it. This scene where you are now, is it daytime or nighttime?
Daytime.
Inside or outside?
Inside.
How old are you about?
Under the age of 10.
And this is the only question that matters. What are you feeling, seeing, and experiencing? Feel what you felt, see what you saw.
I'm stealing food, stealing sweets and whatever I want.
Yeah. That's what you're doing. I want you to tell me what the feeling is. What are you feeling as you do that?
Like, I guess people are going to be impressed. So like there's a feeling of like power, I guess.
Yeah, you've gone from
powerful.
the inferior to the superior because you've now got the same food as them and you can share it with them, even give some away. Is that right?
Yeah.
So having the same food as the other kids takes you from inferior to at least equal, maybe even superior. Is that right or wrong?
That's right.
What else is going on in this scene?
I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting.
Sure. It
I'm just
up-levels
filling
you.
my bag with all this food.
I'm filling my bag with all this food because I want you to say that exactly that way. Repeat after me. I'm filling my bag.
I'm filling my bag
with all of this food.
With all of this food.
Because
I want what my friends have.
Yeah. That's a good answer. I'm filling my bag with all this food. Say that.
I'm filling my bag with all this food.
So I can feel the same as my friends.
So that I can feel the same as my friends.
So I can have the same as my friends.
So that I can have the same as my friends.
If I have the same food as them.
If I have the same food as
them. I have
them,
the same feelings as them.
I have the same feelings
I feel
as them.
like them.
I feel like them.
Instead of different to them.
Instead of different to them.
Is that true or false?
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
Yes.
I want you to look over and around those three scenes. The little boy sitting on the grass with a really disappointing lunchbox who can't really do much about it. The boy with Ashley. Ashley gets all the food. You get his scraps, and that feels horrible. And the last scene where you're filling your bag with the stuff your friends so you can feel like them. I want you to look over and around those scenes. Look over them, look around them, look through them, look at them with fascination, with insight, with compassion for yourself too. And I want you to understand how those three scenes then, because your mind didn't pick these at random, these three scenes are why randomly at times you think, I need sugar and I need more sugar and I've got to have it. Even though you logically don't want it, the emotion says, no, I've got to have it because... And when I could tell you, I first want you to tell me, how did those scenes that you just looked at lead you to having sometimes these cravings for sugar that your body doesn't need but your mind wants?
Buying sugar or getting it makes me feel powerful.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah, because it made you feel power. You had the power. That little kid had no power to get a different lunchbox. The little kid who got Ashley's scraps had no power. But the kid that filled his bag had some power to say, I've got what everyone else has got. And if I don't feel better, then I at least feel equal too.
Yeah. There's always been that kind of underlying thing because I could never have it.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's kind of like an expression of like my new autonomy.
Yeah,
like, you know,
of course. I can have whatever I want. Yeah. So now I want you to go back to scene one. The little kid sitting on the grassy bank with a disappointing lunchbox. And I want you to say to me, that's not me anymore. Because you need to tell me exactly why. Justify and tell me why that's not you. So repeat after me. That little kid on the grassy bank with a disappointing lunchbox.
That little kid on the grassy bank with the disappointing lunchbox.
Is not me.
Is not me.
And will never be me ever again.
And will never be me ever again.
Because. Why is that not you? Tell me.
Because I can have whatever I want now.
Yeah. You're not 7. Your mother doesn't provide your lunch every day, does she?
No.
And if she did and you hated it, couldn't you go out and get whatever you want?
Yeah.
I would say, that's not me.
That's not me.
I'll never be 7.
I'll never be 7.
With a disappointing lunch ever again.
With a disappointing lunch ever again.
I'll never be 7 having less than other people ever again.
I'll never be 7 having less than other people ever again.
That can't be me.
That can't be me.
I can have whatever I want now.
I can have whatever I want now.
And what I really want.
And what I really want.
Is to be indifferent to sugar.
Is to be indifferent to sugar.
Because the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is complete and utter indifference and disinterest. Let's go back to the kid waiting for the scraps from Ashley. I want you to say, that's not me.
That's not me.
I don't wait around outside takeaways.
I don't wait around outside
for my
takeaways.
friend's scraps.
For my friend's scraps.
I'll never do that again.
I'll never do that again.
That can't be me ever again because...
That can't be me ever again because I can get whatever I want now on my own.
Yeah.
I don't need scraps.
And if I can get whatever I want...
And if I can get whatever I want...
What I want... What I choose...
What I choose...
is to be disinterested and indifferent to sugar.
Is to be disinterested and indifferent to sugar.
Let's go to the last scene, filling your bag with a food that would make you feel the same as other people. I want you to go, that isn't me.
That isn't me.
That can't be me.
That can't be me.
When I was a kid...
I
so needed to be the same as my friends. And I already was the same as them, but I didn't know it.
I'll
I'll always be the same as my friends. And they'll always be the same as me. But I don't need to be the same. Because I'm not a kid. I can be unique. I can be individual. Food doesn't make me the same. And it doesn't make me different. I can have whatever I want. Whenever I want. And I'm choosing to be indifferent to sugar. And I'm choosing to love being indifferent to sugar. Because I'm all grown up now. I don't need to be that little kid. But I want you to imagine, Stephen, taking that little kid who goes to the sweet shop to get some food, who's so disappointed with his lunchbox, who has to get Ashley's scraps, and that's so humiliating. Imagine taking little Stephen back to the world you live in today. I want you to say some particular words. I want you to say to that little Stephen, I'm upgrading you into my world now. And this is a nicer place. This is a safer place. This is a better place. Where you feel equal to everyone. I want you to imagine taking little Stephen around your house and showing him that you don't live in a disheveled house. You've got a great place. I want you to walk him into the kitchen, open the fridge, open the cupboards and say, look, you don't have that basic food. You can buy everything, order everything, you can have everything. I want you to show him how your life is different rather than the same. Because when you go for the sugar, you're making the old life the same, when in fact, your life now is completely different. So show him your fridge. Show him all the stuff you have. Show him your credit card. Show him your Deliveroo account. Show him everything. Show him how different your world is now. And then take him into your bedroom and show him all the clothes you have that you couldn't have when you were a kid. Go into your living room and show him that you probably have Alexa and Sonos and Apple TV, and you have a laptop and an iPad, none of which you didn't have a mobile phone when you were 7 because they weren't even there. And you wouldn't say, well, you know, I can't really have this iPad. I can't have this phone. I can't have Alexa or Sonos. I didn't have it when I was a kid. But what you're saying is, I can't have a normal relationship with sugar because it was unavailable when I was a kid. So was cable TV, so was Sonos, so was Alexa, but you have it all now. So I want you to imagine installing that little boy in your world, and I want you to repeat these very words. You live in my world now. I'm installing you into my world. I'm upgrading you into my world. I'm creating a place in my heart. In my body. In my life for you. And now you live in my world. You can never go back to that other world. Of feeling inferior. And not having sugar. It's all available to you. And I want you to think of the words that little kid needed to hear. You know better than me that when you were 7, 8, 9, 10, what you most needed to hear, what you most needed to feel, that you were the same, that you were equal, that you had everything others had. And I want you to repeat some of those words. You can do it in your head or out loud. What are the missing words you've never heard and always wanted to hear?
One of them was you have the same resources and money and value as all of your friends.
So say that to a little kid, you have the same money.
You have the same amount of money.
The same resources.
The same resources.
The same stuff everyone else has.
The same stuff that everyone else has.
You're smart.
You're smart.
And as you grow up, you create everything for yourself.
You create everything for yourself.
I want you to look at that little Steve and say, as you grow up, you become a millionaire.
As you grow up, you become a millionaire.
You travel the world.
You travel the world.
Hotels put chocolate on your pillow every night.
Hotels put chocolate on your pillow every night.
There's a fridge full of it.
There's a fridge full of
in
it.
the room.
In a room.
And there's room service.
And there's room service.
And now you can have it all. Now you can have it all the time.
Now you can have it all of the time.
You just don't need it.
You just don't need it.
It's not important.
It's not important.
You see, chocolate doesn't free you from feeling that you can't have it. It actually reminds you. Far from solving your issues, it reminds you of that kid. It pulls you right back. It doesn't set you free. It pulls you back to that memory of that kid who could never have it. I don't need to remember that anymore.
I don't need to remember that anymore.
Because that isn't me.
Because that isn't me.
And that will never be me.
And that will never be me.
I can eat sugar every day for the rest of my long, gorgeous life.
I can eat sugar every day for the rest of my long, gorgeous
life. But what I really require is complete and utter indifference. I'm choosing to be indifferent to sugar.
I'm choosing to be indifferent to sugar.
I'm choosing to love it.
I'm choosing to love it.
I'm choosing to feel thrilled about it.
I'm choosing to feel thrilled about it.
I'm choosing to be elated.
I'm choosing to be elated.
And delighted. By my permanent, powerful, all-pervasive indifference to sugar. And I'm doing that just because I can. So as you go deeper for just a minute, one more time, look over. Look around, look through that little boy whose needs were met by getting the food he couldn't get. And Stephen, as you look over and around and through that little boy, you see the truth. And the truth is, although that was you, and you had a very valid reason for doing what you did, and any kid going through what you went through would have probably done what you did and felt the way you felt, but that's the truth. But there's another truth. And here it is for the rest of your long, gorgeous life, for the rest of your long, happy, successful life, where all your needs are met. It will never again be necessary or relevant or even interesting or even appropriate to ever again think about chocolate the way you did as a kid. It's forbidden. I need it. It gives me power and freedom. As you look over that, it's so revealing, so illuminating, so freeing, so liberating, so empowering, because you see the truth. You were looking for a feeling that the 7, the 8, the 9-year-old couldn't get. And you were trying to get the feeling. But it's like saying I couldn't have a Ken toy when I was 7. You're not going to go to Hamleys now and buy 20 Ken toys because I couldn't have Lego when I was 7. You could knock yourself out with Lego. Buy all the Star Wars Lego kits you want. But you're going to go, what am I going to do with all these Star Wars Legos? I don't need them now. I couldn't have a Barbie when I was a kid. I don't go out, I'm going to have 50 Barbies today to remind me of what I couldn't have. But the chocolate reminds you of what you couldn't have. And you're not a kid, you don't need it. And as you look over and around and through that, you see the truth. It will never again, it cannot ever again be necessary, appropriate, or interesting, or relevant to ever again think or feel or act like that kid. Because that's all behind you. It's like the water in the shower you last took. It's like the ether of the plane you last took to get here. You can't run back and get that shower water. It's already gone. And from now on and for the rest of your life, the desire for chocolate can only ever be something you used to have a long time ago that cannot, will not, does not interest you or affect you ever again. It's out of your life. It's behind you. You could have it, but you're choosing indifference. You're choosing disinterest. You're choosing freedom and empowerment. Sugar is not your friend. It will give you nothing except to remind you of that little boy who had a lot of lack. It is not your friend. Your body hates it. It's only your mind that says, I need it, I want it, because I couldn't have it when I was 7. There's lots of things you couldn't have when you were 7 that you're not pursuing now. You're not in Hamley's toy department. You're not buying tons of comics because you don't need them. And sugar is the same as the toys and the comics, forever something you couldn't have, but now you've lost interest in anyway. It's all behind you. It's out of your life. But since you're in this state of being so aware, I want you to remember too the messy room. Just reminds you of the messy home, and it makes you feel out of control. And I want you to say the same thing. I'm choosing to put stuff away. I'm choosing to be thrilled.
I'm choosing to be thrilled.
Elated. Empowered. Delighted. As I put stuff away. It makes me feel amazing. It makes me feel secure. It makes me feel like the successful grown-up that I am. So just for the final 2 minutes, as you go deeper, Stephen, you're aware of a powerful, incredible transformation taking place in you as you go deeper. You're aware that every day you're moving on from one phenomenal achievement to another, as every day you talk yourself out of sugar instead of into it. You remind yourself it's not your friend, your body hates it. For your body, it is a massive punishment. And you've chosen to be elated, thrilled, delighted. You've chosen to repeat these words, I am choosing to be indifferent to sugar, choosing to be always disinterested, and choosing to be thrilled about it, delighted about it, empowered by it, because that is the truth about you. So knowing it, feeling it, wiring it, firing, and knowing, Stephen, that my voice is going, something amazing happens in hypnosis that doesn't happen out of it, and that something is that your body is controlled by a network of intelligence which is entirely influenced by your mind. Right now, you are dropping into that network of intelligence where your mind is sending totally different messages to your body. The messages it's sending are, you're indifferent to sugar, disinterested in sugar, over sugar. It's out of your life. It ceases to interest you at all. Every time you play this recording that you're taking from this part where we are now, every time you play the recording of this bit, you drift into that network of intelligence. Your mind sends different messages to your body. And not only does your mind send different messages to your body, it also interprets the messages coming back from your body. And you begin to say, I prefer blueberries. I like healthy stuff. I'm choosing healthy stuff and choosing to prefer it, love it. I'm choosing it. And I feel so much better. And finally, in hypnosis, the critical factor of your mind shuts right down, and your mind accepts different messages. Your mind accepts, is wiring and firing and coding and making real every day your choice to be indifferent to sugar, disinterested in sugar, and to love it, to choose to do it, to choose to love it, to choose to put stuff away and to love that too, because this is the truth about you. So knowing it, feeling it, living it, stating it, affirming it, being it, playing this recording so my voice goes with you, stays with you until soon. You don't even need this recording. It's wired in, fired in, coded into you. It's who you are, not what you do. And it makes you feel amazing. So knowing it, feeling it, believing it, being it, becoming it, just slowly, calmly, easily, just open your eyes. Come back into the room. How do you feel?
Wow, I forgot where I was. At least I thought I was somewhere else.
That's a great thing about hypnosis. You forget where you are. The critical factor shuts down. Some things only happen in hypnosis. The critical factor shuts down. It accepts things it can't accept consciously.
What is going on there? What is going on there?
Well, your conscious mind is completely shut down. The subconscious that knows it, the subconscious is always switched on, is always on record, and it remembers everything. And your subconscious is accessing memories. But you're really getting the feeling, because the thing is, through therapy doesn't get the feeling. It says, we did this. You want to feel the feeling, to say, oh, I see. I'm trying to get the feeling, but I don't even need that feeling. I can be free now.
This is the most crazy stat you'll ever hear. 93.3% of you that watch this channel frequently haven't yet hit the subscribe button. So if you liked this clip and if you like what we do here, please can you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button? And in return, I promise you, I will do everything I can from now until forever to make this channel better and better and better. Thank you.